and Chris Bergen will go directly to questions. As before, make sure to message Athletic Communications privately to get in line for questions. First question we have from Ella Brockway.
Hi, Ella Brockway from the Daily Northwestern. I have a question for Chris. Chris, can you take us through those last two defensive possessions? First, the turnover on downs, and then Blake's interception at the end.
Oh, absolutely. We just, we had an opportunity there to put the game away, and that was kind of our mindset going into it. And momentum's a powerful tool, and we felt like we had it there in the second half thanks to our offense and Peyton. And so we just kind of rode that momentum and tried to create takeaways, and we did, and that's what we talk about. That's what we preach. That's what we practice, and we got it done tonight.
Next question for Peter Warren.
Hey guys, this is for either one of you. Fitz talked about how at the end of the first quarter you huddled the team up and sort of gave a speech to sort of inspire you guys after your start. What did he say during the speech, and how do you think it resonated with the team?
Yeah, we knew going into this game that it was going to be a 4-quarter fight. That's what he emphasized in that little huddle, and we knew it wasn't over. We knew we had a lot of football left to go, and just had to regain some momentum, like Chris just said. Offensively, we came out flat, and we kind of picked it up there in the second quarter and turned it around. So it was really just knowing it was a 4-quarter game and kept on fighting.
Surely we have some other questions. Eli Karp, thank you.
This one's for Peyton. It seemed like early on and throughout the game, there were opportunities times when you wanted to throw, look down the field, and end up tucking and running. What was Iowa doing that was making it tough for receivers to get free and you guys to run your passing offense?
Yeah, they did a good job of getting their hands on guys at the line of scrimmage and some of the short and intermediate stuff. They rerouted our guys pretty hard. And when I wanted to get the ball out of my hand quick, they just weren't there. So they did a good job, spying me a little bit and not letting me get out of the pocket. But we got to be better. I got the ball out of my hands a little bit quicker and recognize where they're not and find those zones. So, that's some of that's on me, and I got to be a little bit better.
Next question for Andrew Golden.
Hey, this question's for Chris. Last year, you guys had a lot of games where you guys were down, but it didn't come back and kind of didn't have that mentality. This year, you guys were able to take that. What did you learn from last year, being down in games and apply to your games this year?
I think our defense last year through and through was resilient, and we carried that over to this year. And luckily, thanks to Peyton and the boys, that resiliency carries over, and us not having the mindset that we're out of a game or it's over kept us in it, and we kept fighting. We kept fighting possession after possession, and like I talked about earlier, you saw momentum swing in our favor, and we kind of rode that through. But I think we just learned a lot through quarantine, through the off season last year, through last season, just resiliency, and that's pretty powerful.
Next question for Daniel Olinger.
Daniel Olinger of Inside You. My question's for Peyton. Obviously, you guys got down 17-0, and you, as the leader of the offense, the quarterback, what do you think you needed to do at that point? Like, what's going through your head about what you need to do to try and help lead you guys back into the game?
Yeah, I think the very first thing was just get our first down, and then once you saw us get a first down, things kind of settled down for us, and we realized that we were able to move the ball. We ran the ball really well tonight, and I think more than anything, we just needed to see it happen. See a first down happen and kind of carry that momentum throughout the rest of the game. We knew it was going to be a dogfight. We knew it was going to be physical. We knew we were going to have to come in here and run the ball. And once we kind of got that rolling and saw that we were able to do so, we continued doing it. And, that's the spark that we needed.
Next question for Greg Sверnovsky.
Yeah, thanks. Peyton, can you take me through Kyrick McGowan's touchdown run there in the second quarter that put you guys on the board? What were you seeing there?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I think more than anything, a good play call. Wanted to get the ball out on the perimeter and let Kyrick make a play, because that's where he's best, in space. And, just executing my job, letting the playmakers make plays. And it was as simple as that.
Next question for Eli Karp.
This is for Chris. You guys forced 3 turnovers today, all interceptions, after struggling to do that last year. What does that tell you about how this team has grown and what this defense looks like this year?
I think more than anything, it just shows maturity. I mean, you've seen we got a pretty experienced defense out there and a little bit of inexperience in the secondary, but more talent than we could have asked for out there. And Brandon Joseph had 2, Blake had 1, but Brandon was everywhere, flying to the ball. And that's just kind of how we play. We run to the ball every play. And what we heard from our defensive staff on the sideline was they're beating us in the takeaway battle right now. They got too early. They got up on us. And we got to get it back. And the takeaway battle is everything. So our defense took care of business when we needed to.
Time for a few more questions. Next one for Drew Schott.
Hey Peyton, Drew Shaw from the Daily Northwestern. Today, you and many of the Northwestern linebackers were great on line of attack, getting open, getting rush yards. How would you say the performance of your line was against a pretty tough Iowa defensive line to let you and the running backs get open in space on runs?
Yeah, they played really well, and they kind of fed off that energy once we started playing well there in the second quarter. Tough physical guys, and they just kept fighting. Very prideful and taking care of us running backs and me as a quarterback. So I thought they did a really good job and just kept fighting. You're not going to be perfect against an Iowa D-line. They just kept fighting, and physical game like we knew it was going to be, but proud of those guys.
Last question for Colin Cruz.
For either of you, how do you guys stay focused amid the chaos of the season, the optimism coming out of the Maryland game, and all the upsets throughout the Big Ten? Where is your guys' mindset right now with that?
Yeah, I think just relying on each other, and you saw complementary football. Offense picked up the defense, and the defense picked up the offense when we needed to, and just continuing to stay in it together. In this football family that we have it's a special thing. I think that's what our focus has to be. Just focus on each other every single day, coming in and getting better, and being there for one another. So that's what we did, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
All right. Thank you, Peyton. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, I think we are ready to go. As before, please just message me as you have a question. We have Brandon Joseph and Jesse Brown. Well, we'll get started. So let me know. Thank you. First question for Eli Karp.
Hey, Brandon, this is Eli Karp from Inside NU. 2 interceptions today. Can you describe what it's like to, join the pick club after last week, 3 picks? What's the feeling like on the sidelines? And then how does that affect how you play once you go back out on the field?
Yeah, this is a mindset, not just me, but the whole DB group has. Like I did it today, they did it last week, and now we're going to try to go out and do it again next week and the week after that. It's a mindset that we have to get turnovers, and we're going to continue to do that every week.
Next question for Greg Svirnovsky.
Yeah. My bad. I was off. Jesse, can you kind of talk me through those 2 touchdown runs? What does it mean to put 2 on the board? It's been a while.
Yeah, definitely a great feeling. Thank God for these guys that we've got on this team, my brothers up front. But it's really, really a team effort on those. As far as the running back room, we've got tons of guys who could have done that. I was just the guy that was in. But all praise to the O-line and fullbacks that come in, tight ends, everybody, whole effort.
Next question for Drew Schott.
Hey, Brandon, Drew Shaw from the Daily Northwestern. You've had a stellar start to 2020 against Maryland. You led the team with 7 tackles, and then today you led the team with 2 interceptions in 2 wins for Northwestern. Did you work on anything specific in the offseason to kind of elevate your game to where it is now?
Yeah, off season, we made, like, I'm gonna keep talking about it. The DBs, we all had this mindset this off season to create turnovers. So this off season, me and my boy Coco, we were catching balls every single day after practice. So that's why our hands are the way they are, and we're just gonna continue to work like that. But over the off season, put an emphasis on catching the ball so that there's no missed opportunities on interceptions. And then I've just been working on tackling because that's something I need to continue to work on, my tackling technique. And yeah.
Next question for Peter Warren.
Hi, Jesse. Obviously, the first quarter was not at all what you guys wanted. What changed? What switched for the second quarter onwards?
To be honest, nothing really changed. We've always had a mindset that we're the best team on the field. We've got talent up front, in the back, out wide, and we're going to use our playmakers to get things rolling. So our mindset, our tenacity, our drive, it was just all 4 quarters this whole game.
Next question for Greg Svirnovsky again.
Yeah, Jesse, take me through those 2 touchdown drives in the second quarter, dominated by run plays. Was that the plan heading into the game, or was it just kind of informed by what you saw on the field?
Coach Jake is a great offensive coordinator, and we've got a terrific plan going in this week. A lot of different stuff going in, and he's really good at feeling out what the vibes are on the field and calling the right plays. So whatever happened on the field was what needed to happen. So.
Next question for Drew Schott again.
Hey, Jesse, Drew Shaw from the Daily Northwestern. So today, obviously, the running game was in full strength. Isaiah was taking runs up the middle. Drake was making plays in open space, and you were also making runs up the middle. What do you stats say about your running back room and the ability of so many guys to make plays in different ways?
Like I said, the running back room, we've got a bunch of talented guys, which is definitely a threat on all fronts of the game, even passing. We can be used out wide. We can be used in the backfield, but definitely our running back room is as strong as ever, and we're going to keep taking advantage of that this year.
Any last questions for Jesse or Brandon? Great. I think that's it. Thanks, Jesse. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.